is up?
Well, is this our official first episode on our own platform?
This is it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the Moron Brothers Reflecting Hour. I am Rob. This is Russ. You have reached our new podcast and video stream. Well, the video stream will be coming soon, but this is it. Russ and I have known each other for almost 30 years at this point, probably getting really close to 30 years if it hasn't already hit the 30-year mark.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, so we always are on each other's podcasts, are always telling stories and recounting old times, and we're like, why don't we just do it on a podcast? And maybe there'll be one other person who thinks it's entertaining. So here we are. We started out on the Been Trying to Meet You podcast, and then the You Want It, You Got It podcast, and then now here we are, Moron Brothers Reflecting Hour. It's official. It's official now.
Yeah.
I don't. There's an official doctrine. We have a tax ID. I don't know. I'm talking shit. I don't even know. I'm just making stuff up. Yeah. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just been chilling today. Nothing exciting over here besides watching a podcast on YouTube.
Nice. It is a good Tuesday. What's your weather? Is it cold there?
No, man. It was actually like high 70s today. Really beautiful outside. Enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, no, it got nice out, but right now it is 50. It's like 58. I've got the fireplace on in the shed. Me and Kobe are over here trying to keep warm.
Yeah, right now it is 61. The low tonight is supposed to be 44. So, but it's winter, so that happens.
It's not winter. It doesn't get winter until freaking December, bro.
If we even get winter, then, right?
Yeah, it's fall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant to say.
It's a time where Christopher Walken walks among us.
Well, you know what's about to happen. Mariah Carey is thawing out.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm not a Mariah Carey fan, obviously. I mean, cool. She exists. I don't have anything there, but I never really get into her Christmas music, but I'm also not a Christmas music guy. Like, when I was a kid, I was in like the Bing Crosby record like my mom had or whatever. Yep. But as far as anything else, maybe Nat King Cole Christmas and Bing Crosby, those are maybe the only two. I was not a Christmas song guy.
Well, you need to check out, it came out years ago, the Bad Religion Christmas album.
All right, I'll give it a listen.
I mean, it's it's punk rock.
I'm just not a Christmas guy, I guess.
Not even Death Row Christmas?
No. But like not even just in music. Like I don't even care for Christmas movies. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
maybe it's purely my psychological inconsistencies that make me hate Christmas. I don't know. I don't hate it. I just don't care for it.
Yeah. I mean, once you've had one Christmas, you've had them all.
Yeah, there was just one that I can think of that my dad was not there.
Yeah.
Because of, I think he was in Panama. That was when
Panama.
Exactly. Anytime I hear the word Panama, I think of either Panama by Van Halen.
Okay.
Or, and this makes no sense, Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. For some reason, my whole life, I've always associated that with Panama City Beach.
I mean, okay.
It makes no sense. There's no correlation that I know of.
I don't think so either, but to some people, it could be Paradise City. I mean, yeah.
The white suit, man, that he wore with the white cowboy boots.
Was it really a suit, though?
In the same way that like Justin Timberlake wore a denim suit.
Denim.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
But so ever since that Christmas, I don't think I ever really cared for Christmas that much. But I was also of an age, like I was getting older.
Yeah. I don't know if
that was probably middle school going into high school. So yeah. What about you? Are you a Christmas guy?
No. I mean, yes and no. I mean, the only cool part about it for me, I guess you'd say, would just be to hang out with the parents. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, not too much. Maybe be different if maybe I had my own family or something and kids and whatnot. But nah,
Yeah, and Christmas is for children. Like
yeah,
I'm all for that, and I've got two nieces, but they're in Tennessee, and we don't go get home for Christmas. At least I don't. So yeah, it's a little strange. And like was it last Christmas
yeah.
or two Christmases ago? Blondie was supposed to come out.
He got sick because you were
He
by
got
yourself.
Yeah, he got COVID. Shelly went home. He got COVID, so he didn't come. I was gonna go to Jim and Olivia's house to do Christmas with them, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I get to see kids." He got COVID.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I think I ordered Red Lobster. Delicious.
The Red Lobster that's closed now.
It is closed. I drive by it all the time and think about stealing the sign, but
there we go about stealing signs again.
You're the thief, Russ.
Yeah.
You've admitted it on here.
Well, since we're talking, hold on real quick.
Go for it.
Talk about Christmas real quick.
Oh,
I don't know if we talked about this on one of the podcasts that we've done. When did you? How old were you? What grade were you in when you found out there was no such thing as Santa?
We did talk about this. People can listen to the episode of you and I on your podcast.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I said I call my cousin a bitch or whatever because she ruined it for me.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. You said she's not going to listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, she's a bitch, or fuck her, or something. I don't know.
What was your biggest Christmas gift you ever got?
Like biggest Christmas gift? I mean, Holly, my dog.
Okay.
That was the best one. I also got my Mongoose BMX bike. It's mint green.
I was gonna say my I didn't get a cool bike. I got a flea market special, but it was purple on purple. Dope ass pegs, dual everything, fucking all the bells and whistles. Which was, it was a cool freestyle bike, but it was purple. And that was before I was really into Prince. So that was even cooler.
Nice. I got a purple mic cover here.
I used to have a breakdancing outfit too. I had a Adidas
windsuit.
No, like the running one, like the running suits.
Okay, tracksuit.
Yeah, like and I wore it to go breakdancing at the fair in California, and it was me and my age bracket. I think like four of us, and I came in fourth, so I did pretty well.
Hey man, you placed. Yeah. So Clarksville didn't have, at least that I was around, there was no breakdancing culture, at least in my circle. And my dad's military, so if there's going to be culture coming in, generally it floats from out of town, like in Clarksville, Tennessee. And so military usually has a good thing. But I didn't go to a military school. I went to public, Clarksville. But yeah, no breakdancing. But I used to go to Camera World, and they had two breakdancing videos that weren't breaking or break into Electric Boogaloo. And I would rent those, and they were like like jazzercise, but instructional videos. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, they were the so coolest one.
They weren't good. They were not good.
Well, you know who had one in the 80s? Alfonso Rivera.
Really?
He had a break because he's a really good dancer, besides just doing the Carlton. He can actually
he danced on like what show was he on before? Family Time? Not Family Ties.
No. Come
Facts
on,
of Life?
Rob. You don't
Facts
know.
Of Life?
No, you don't know it. You should know this. You should know this. No, Silver Spoons.
Silver Spoons. Okay. Thank you.
Come on, Rob. You know this show.
I love Silver Spoons. That's
fucking like Ricky Schroeder and on the fucking train.
The train. So when my parents built the house that like
totally can see that in the basement.
could have seen it in the whole house, dude. And here's the thing: my
The
dad
whole
bought.
house?
I could see. Don't think my 9-year-old mind didn't devise like a lever or like a elevator system. Yeah, it's like a weird thing. But my dad bought this. It's basically like blueprints, but they were like sticky, like static clings. So
Okay, yeah.
you could it was like a blueprint sheet, but it was like the sticky kind of stuff, or static clingy stuff. And you would take these like shrinky dink walls and build it and put a window and doors, and then you could put like your couch and your bed, and just kind of like place your whole house. So it's basically like you could build up your blueprints of your house, and then you could place everything before you moved it in there. But it came with all the decals that you could ever want. And one of them was a full sit-on train with the tracks. So my dad, being my dad, would go through and build the whole thing, like the whole house. And then my mom would be talking about like, well, if we get a new couch, we can put it here. Do we want to face it towards the mantle? Do we put the TV here? Blah, 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 blah. My annoying ass, anytime it was possible, would slide in, throw some tracks and a train, just hoping that they would be like, oh, well, it's obviously on the blueprint. Let's do it. Like, that was my hope. It also had like full-size pinball machine things. It had a lot of cool stuff. And I just remember doing that.
I mean, and then years later, they come up with like the CAD system where you can like just do it on your computer and shit. And like, boop, 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 boop. Yeah.
I just started learning SketchUp, which is essentially what I want to do. Because I'm looking to build the studio when we get to Florida. Figuring out like, okay, we gotta buy a house first, figure out if there's land for me to put an external studio building. Do I want to do it in the house in like one of the bedrooms? It just depends on where we get, but I want to build it out. Because I want to build it out, I'm gonna send it to Blondie and get input, send it to my friend Shane, my friend Aaron, who are builders, and I want to get everyone's input before I build this, because it's going to be a permanent thing. It's not like just throwing something in and going to move in a year.
Yeah.
So figure I might as well learn SketchUp and do it right. And maybe I'll fucking throw a train in there, Russ.
I mean, I would.
Here's the thing. I could probably go to the little boy section and get a train, and then you could still ride it. Sorry.
Have you watched Silver Spoons recently?
Recently, I can tell you the last day I watched Silver Spoons. Okay. Or like I binge watched Silver Spoons. The day I got robbed at Blockbuster Video.
Oh, so it's been
that would have been, that was like that was like 99, 2000 maybe, 2001.
Okay, well, I watched it recently, the first season.
Hold up.
It's like, it's so funny when you it doesn't hold up, because when you actually look at it now, you're like, man, that is not reality. Because if you actually look at the house, you're like, God, it's the smallest little house with all this shit in it. It doesn't work that way. I mean, it works that way.
It's wide. The whole house is wide.
Yeah, it's narrow.
It's not deep.
No, it's not deep. It's wide. It's a set. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
or a container home, which I've been researching, and those are only 8 foot wide. So maybe that's what he just had, like a 90-foot container.
Yeah. And they had this tunnel. I mean, this train that went from inside to outside, and there was no way possible that was happening in this little area that they had the train coming from inside to outside. You figure you have to go through some kind of like what are those things called when you go to the freezer section? The doors,
like the vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to go through that anyway.
I'm just thinking, flies out.
But yeah, but it's like I just watched it back in the 80s. Like it was, I didn't forget it. I didn't forget anything. So
yeah, I watched it when I got robbed, because it was like my girlfriend at the time put it on because I bought like the box, the DVDs or
Yeah.
or whatever. And she put it on as like, oh, this is comforting for you. And it is. Like, I always wanted his house.
You
I don't
know,
remember any of the plot points from the show whatsoever.
here's a good one. So Rick, Rick and oh, who is it? It's Rick and Emmanuel Lewis. Okay, Emmanuel Lewis comes over and
What's his character?
it's not Webster, but
Yeah, that's why.
he's a high school reporter. And he's reporting because Ricky has like this computer program, blah blah. Anyway, they get in the computer and they get involved with the Air Force or something, right? So then the Air Force comes in, they make them like because everything back in the 80s was all about aliens and stuff, right? So that's what
Right.
they're making. They're making it look like they're
Oh,
they're
poor Russ. You think it was only the 80s? It's not today. It's
you
not
know.
any minute the aliens are gonna come down and zap you up
I
and
mean,
probe you.
I mean, we could be the aliens, What makes, I mean, technically we are aliens to the other life forms out there.
There you go, Russ.
But
You just went super deep.
but no.
Tune into this podcast weekly for the hot takes like that.
Oh wait.
Technically, we're aliens.
I just pulled the silent Bob in the middle of the fucking show. You know what I'm saying?
I know you just dropped the mic and you're just gonna walk off.
Yeah. No, I did start watching. I watched the first season of Alf recently.
Alien
and that
life
show
form.
is hilarious.
So, all right, let's dial it back for those who don't know what Alf is. Alf is an alien life form, therefore
Correct.
that's where the name comes from.
Yeah.
He is from the planet Melmac.
Correct.
His real name is Gordon Shumway.
Correct. And they only use that name when?
I don't even remember.
Okay, neither do I.
Okay. He eats cats. And I'm going to go ahead and remind you that his name is Gordon Shumway. So he's Jewish.
And okay, so they had the cartoon, and in the cartoon they just called him Gordon in the cartoon.
Really? Gordo?
That's what I would call him. Like if we were like cool, I'd be like, "What's up,
boys?" Yeah, what's up, Gordy? Yeah, so the guy who wrote it had like what, a $7,000 a week heroin habit in the 80s.
Who wrote it?
I was about to say Ben Stiller, but Ben Stiller plays him in the movie Permanent Midnight. So I don't know that guy. He wrote a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, he wrote the book and the screenplay Permanent Midnight, which if you haven't seen, I highly recommend.
Okay, when did that come out?
I'm gonna go 98. I'm just gonna taking a
so it's old.
Stab in the dark. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I there's a lot of shows that were back around that time that I kind of go back and watch every once in a while. Some of them do not hold up. They do not hold up. I meant to ask you this the other day when we were talking on the podcast, but this is why we're talking about it now. Is there a show that you've seen or a movie that you've seen from the 80s that does hold up to today and one that does not hold up to today? I feel the trilogy of Back to the Future, I think it holds up still, just because because it's a story, and it's like, you go. I mean, except for now, the future, we're past the future of when they were there.
The future, they don't have cell phones and they don't have the internet. So if you were to, add the internet and cell phones in there, everything could happen. The whole idea of wanting to know what your parents did when they were in high school as a high schooler.
That's so
universal.
Yeah. But then your mom tries to make a move on you and could have fucked it all up.
So instead of just disappearing, he would become inbred and then disappear.
No, that would have been really weird though, right? Like if they would have hooked up.
That would have been so weird on so many levels, Russ.
I mean, they could have been.
Let's just admit it's gross, and we're not going to talk about it on episode 1.
Oh, okay.
I know the name says Moron Brothers, which we should actually touch on, but let's talk about some movies.
Okay. No, but go ahead. So I feel like that movie still holds the thing. Is there a movie that you feel that does not hold?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Well, let me tell you what I think holds up.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of films from the early 80s or mid 80s that hold up as far as just like rewatchability. And I guess where should we talk? Should we talk about rewatchability? Because there's a shit ton of movies I can rewatch from the 80s. Top Gun. I can watch Top Gun 72 times a day.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that film. Nothing.
I mean,
Karate Kid. I mean, like I can still watch Karate Kid.
Oh, I can too. But is that because those movies have a
no, for me, it's like coming of age movies. Yeah, man, coming of age movies. You want to like overcome the obstacles. You want to be your own hero. Like that's something that people are always going to watch.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I have like, for instance, like The Breakfast Club. I can watch that over and over again because, you got all. It's kind of similar to people today. You got different personalities. All together, but then you're all getting along in one room. You start out not getting along, and then at the end, you guys are all friends. But the rumor
here
the thing is though, there's only those are all personalities of somebody's like imagination, and there's only one person in the whole attention.
Is that what you think?
That's what I've read because, but you read about all that stuff like Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin. Okay, all those animals are all his different personalities. You got Eeyore, he's all like mopey.
I mean, I'm sure that's what it's probably the author.
But that came out
in his personalities. Like 1910, they were on fucking heroin excuse me. Poppy? What's the poppy? Opium. They were on opium. Yeah. Which I think heroin's the poppy thing, but I think they were on opium and absinthe. So
who knows?
Speaking of Winnie the Pooh, there's like a fucking Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Yeah, that came out a couple years ago.
Okay, well, I just was flipping on Peacock and it's like on there, like they advertise it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I have no interest, I don't think. So movies that don't hold up, Weird Science. Like you get a little ick if you watch that movie now.
Oh, well then there's a lot of
ick, but that one especially right now, like I probably watched it 6-8 months ago, and I definitely was like, ooh, because you're like creating this like perfect woman, and then there's a lot that you don't want to be caught with the Weird Science pill. I don't know what pill you're taking. There's a lot, and there's a lot of movies that you just like. We went and watched The Shining last night. That's not the 80s, that's 70s. But we went and watched The Shining last night, the original, and there's a lot of the racist terms and just like there's a little part where he spoiler alert, but you've had fucking 60 years to see the fucking thing, or 50 years to see the thing.
Oh fuck, it has been that long.
Yeah, exactly. But he fucking abuses his kid, abuses his wife, like he's verbally abusive to his wife from the beginning. He's an alcoholic. There's a lot to it, but
sounds like a good movie.
It fucking is so beautiful. And I was telling Jim earlier today, the theater that we saw it in, we go to the Alamo Draft House, which is just like it's like a boutique theater, but they show
Yeah.
first run. They show first runs, but they also show like The Shining and different kind of older films or lower. I was gonna say lower budget, but everything has a giant budget, even low budget stuff.
Yeah.
But they show indies and all sorts of stuff. They do themed parties, blah blah blah. But it's like food and drinks, and they have waiters and waitresses. Awesome wait staff always. But we go there for everything. We have like the monthly pass. I think we pay like $40. We get as many movies for the both of us as we want. Sometimes we go 3-4 times a week, depending on what's showing.
Well,
But they showed The Shining, but the theater they showed it in wasn't their biggest theater. It wasn't their smallest theater. It was actually in Westminster, so not close to us, not like the one right down the street.
Okay.
But the way the theater was built, the screen is actually in 4x3, so it's square. So it fills the entire space. So if you watch a 16:9 movie in there, they move the dampers up, and it's just got the black on the top and the bottom in there. But The Shining's in 4:3, so it literally covered the entire wall. And we actually sat like the second row or third row. Like we were pretty close because we got the tickets at like 8:15 and the movie was at 9:20.
Gotcha.
So we're sitting there and it's just giant. And the film's just beautiful, and it's got so much like symmetry. You don't have to like watch the story or watch for the story or even listen to it. I highly recommend it. But just some of just the scenes, there's just parts just so mesmerizing, especially when just like Danny's just like riding his little big wheel, because we talked about big wheels the other day, when he's just riding his big wheel through it. The symmetry of the carpet and just the shots and the walls and the lighting.
I heard that scene
so
when he's
beautiful.
riding the bike or the big wheel, that's just like they didn't have a lot of areas, so to make it look like it was going around and around, he would do it and then just turn around in the hallway and come back down and then turn around the hallway, because it would make it look like he was going around in a circle, because they didn't have
That makes sense.
But
wasn't shot in an actual hotel.
I don't know. I don't know that part. I just know that scene. I saw a video talking about that scene because they were talking about The Shining, which I have not seen in probably 20 years. So I think I might need to go ahead and revisit that movie again.
The first time I ever saw it, Dave actually let me borrow it on VHS.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm watching it at my parents' house, still in high school, and I fall asleep during it. And I wake up, but like don't open my eyes, wake up. Like because I'm hearing things. I think maybe I'm still asleep, maybe I'm awake. I don't know. But it was the part where Danny is screaming red rum, red rum. But my sleepy time brain interpreted it as red Robb, red Robb, red Robb. And I gave the tape back to Dave the next day, and he's like, "Do you like it?" I was like, "It's great, but like I like red Robb," and he's just like, "What are you talking about?" And I didn't actually see the scene, so I didn't actually see him write murder with the lipstick and or red rum, excuse me. Spoiler alert, that's what it is. But I didn't see that part, and I just like said it so matter of fact. I'm like, yeah, he said red Robb, and David's just like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Classic.
They used to have a red rum, and it came in a coffin bottle, and it was written like
with the backwards R.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, you're
backwards
right.
E, backwards R.
It's backwards something. No, the backwards R. I think you're thinking of the corn. They had the backwards R, but who knows? Maybe it is red rum. I don't even remember. But yeah, that I need to watch that movie. It's I know it's the 20th anniversary. Am I correct? The 20th anniversary of Saw. Is that right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
The first one, I think they showed it in the theaters here. I think maybe this,
2004? Yeah.
yeah. So
Because
yeah.
Shelly and I had just started dating when they came out.
Do you think a movie like Boogie Nights would hold up still?
Yeah, what happened?
Bro. Whoa. Hey, bro.
Hey,
Um I mean, we are the Moron Bros, so anything can happen.
I
But
sneezed.
yeah, now and then you sneeze yourself away.
I know I
Um,
sneezed and my camera went off.
but do you think Boogie Nights would hold up today?
Um,
I
actually,
mean,
I think I
it's a
think Boogie
story.
Nights would hold up better now than it did when it came out.
I love that movie. I think I've seen it every time that I had the chance when it was at the five.
Um,
I
oh yeah,
actually
I
have
mean it's one of my favorites.
I have the Boogie Nights Mylar right here above my window in my office here.
Paul P.T. Anderson, pretentious motherfucker.
Hmm.
Like, but goddamn, he can make some good fucking movies.
Yeah.
So
He,
where do you like artistic liberties? And I don't think P.T. Anderson's the worst at this. And I know I'm not talking to the mic because I'm trying to get this shit back on. All right.
I mean, P.T. Anderson. He did Punch Drunk Love, didn't he, with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie. A lot of people hated that movie, but I really enjoyed it.
I think
Um,
that's where you find out that Sandler has fucking talent.
that movie and Reign Over Me was phenomenal that he did as
That's the
well.
9/11 one, right?
The one where his dad died.
In 9/11?
Was it 9/11? I
Yeah.
don't
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't remember 9/11. I wasn't around yet.
um, no 9/11 jokes.
That wasn't a joke. That was real.
All right.
Where were you at for
Uh,
9/11?
parents' house.
I was sleeping on the couch and my mom called me and she said, "Turn on the TV." I was like, "I'm fucking sleeping. I just got off work a few hours ago because I had to work at the five. I was working at the five at the time. Of course, like everybody, turn on the TV and you see the second plane hit. And I was like, oh shit. And I had to call Boss Man, and Boss Man said that we had to still open. So I go to the mall, and everyone that's at the mall is standing around Radio Shack's TV and all the TVs that are in the mall in the storefronts. And it was like crazy. All right, but back to the movies. Um, what's one of the first movies you remember seeing? That
Superman 3.
okay, mine was E.T. because I saw it in the theater, and we went
I
to
remember seeing Gremlins in the theater and waiting in line to see Gremlins. So like that was my first theater experience that I remember because it was the first time I remember waiting in line. It was the Martin 4 and the
I
line was wrapped all the way to Buffalo Brady's,
rest in peace, Buffalo Brady's. I
which
remember.
Carmike owned, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. I don't remember waiting in the line, but I know we had to wait in line for ET. But the first movie I physically, because I've seen a lot of movies on base, we had to wait online, but that's base, and that was different than off base. But
I remember going to see movies on base.
yeah, because that's all I ever had back then. But the movie that I remember seeing that I had to fucking wait in a line for was the first Jurassic Park. And we waited like 4 fucking hours in line to see this movie, and it was fucking phenomenal. It was
Huh.
incredible. But,
Gremlins, I remember waiting in line for Gremlins. Do you remember the first movie you ever walked out of and why?
no.
I do.
I don't think I ever really walked out of a movie that I recall. Maybe when I was working at the theater and I didn't pay for them, and I was like, "Meh." But what was the first movie you walked out of?
I can tell you 3 movies that I've walked out of and why.
Okay.
First movie I ever walked out of, He-Man or Masters of the Universe is the movie was called. And why? Because I threw up in a popcorn bucket.
Oh, okay. It wasn't that it sucked, but it's because you threw up in a popcorn bucket.
It was.
Oh, wait
it was
a second.
My birthday. It was my birthday. Derek Baggett, you know Derek.
Yeah, I know Derek.
He just got married.
He just got married. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, Derek and I. He's like my first best friend. Or not one of my first best friends, like elementary school. But we went. I believe it was him, and I had to leave.
God damn it! Well, what was the next movie you walked out on?
Second movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. First time ever seeing it. Pulp Fiction. And I think we knew each other at the time.
Yeah, we did.
So you'll remember around this time, I went and watched it with Rachel Gostowski.
Okay. Shout out
But
Rachel.
I had to leave. Yeah, shout out Rachel. I had to leave because it was my first day lifeguarding. And the first day that I'd ever taken socks off in the sun, basically. And I had fucking 2nd-degree burns on both of my feet. And I was in so much pain.
Was this was this on base when you were doing it over there on Fort Campbell? Okay.
Yep. And yeah, the first day was at the officers club pool. And yeah, I got sunburn.
Is that where you dropped your pager in the toilet?
I dropped the pager. That was at your house.
Yeah, that was
like, I was like on a lunch break or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I could go to your house on my lunch break for some reason at that point.
Yeah, you didn't live far. I mean, it worked far.
I guess not. But now it feels like it would take you forever.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think that's everywhere. It takes forever to get anywhere. Traffic.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that gate's open. Oh yeah, that gate's still open. What was the third movie?
And third movie, Unfaithful.
Yeah, I could see that.
On a date. First date. First and only date.
Who was it?
Her name was Julie. She's great. She was awesome.
Okay.
She's married. We're friends on Facebook. Like, we're friends, but we like went on a date, and that's why it didn't work out, I guess.
So if you wouldn't have taken on a date, it might have been all right.
Yeah, Kobe, hush. Sorry. Yeah, we were in there, and it was just like it's all about cheating on your spouse. So it was just like very awkward first date fodder.
Well,
so I was like, hey, I'm not really enjoying this movie so much, or maybe I missed something, but I'm really more concerned about the fair that we saw in the parking lot. Do you want to go to that? And so we ended up going to the fair in the parking lot, which was probably way better anyway.
I mean, those parking lot fairs are what's up, you know?
Parking lot fairs a little fucking shady and awesome.
I mean, we knew a
Carl Potter.
Yeah.
Grape soda Carl.
And that ties in with the movie theater.
It's all about it. It's all tied back in the movie theater.
I remember we went and saw a movie. Well, we've seen several movies together, but it was me, you, and Greg. We went and saw Hackers together. That was pretty dope. Did not walk out of that movie, but I think it was me, you, him, and maybe 2 other people. And I think those 2 other people might have just been kids trying to just go to a movie to maybe make out or something.
And we didn't pay to get in the movie either.
No. So, I mean, that movie came out, what, 95, 96?
95.
Yeah, and that we saw it, I mean, opening weekend at the
or
8.
94 or 95.
So, yeah, and I remember seeing...
Did we also see Double Team opening weekend, too?
Ooh, yeah.
We were also one of 5 people in the movie theater.
Did me and you go see American History X together?
No, because I
I
was
think
in Nashville.
it might have been me and Jarvis that were watching it in there, which would have been even. But yeah, just needless to say, there were some people in there, and certain scenes were pretty awkward when they happened. But yeah, but
So I've got two things. I do want to
okay.
talk about awkwardness because of the movie and the content. But we'll get to that in a minute. But American History X, directed by world famous commercial director Tony Kaye. Directed, that was his first directorial film. Yada yada yada. Edward Norton all over it. And so Tony Kaye was like, I don't want my name associated with this, and try to get his name listed. There's a pseudonym that I can't think of off the top of my head that a lot of directors will put on the film if they don't want their name on it.
Okay.
But long story short, the reason I knew about this would have been 2000, because a good friend of mine at the time, shout out R.I.P. Disco D,
Disco D,
David Shaman, and I became really good friends for a good 3 or 4 years. Like really, I considered him one of my top tier friends that weren't like best friends, I guess, if that makes sense.
he was a cool dude, man.
Yeah, talk to him, every day or every other day. But he ended up doing a project with Tony Kaye. And so he like got to hang out with this dude. And so he was telling me all about him. And so this was 2000. And so before I even went to art school or film school, I was studying up on him, and that's kind of how it was. The internet was around, but it was a little slower.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Google wasn't around. I think you had Yahoo or Alta Vista or something like that.
Oh,
at
I
that
forgot
point.
about Alta Vista. Yeah.
Yeah. Netscape. No, that was the browser.
That was a browser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask
So
Jeeves.
yeah. So we were on like bulletin boards, like underground bulletin boards, but like a lot of it, like he would tell me stuff and I would tell him things, and he was traveling a lot, so he would find out all sorts of fucked up shit. So that's how I learned a lot of stuff, is talking to people.
Talk about bulletin boards. When I just got back from Germany, I went over to a buddy of mine's house named Seth, and funny enough, his last name was Jackson. So anywho, we're at his house one night. He's like, all right, my parents are going to bed. He has his computer, this is 91, I guess, maybe 92. And there was no AOL or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he plugs it up, he plugs it up to the modem, and he does this little thing, and he's like, all right, I'm in this little fucking bulletin room or whatever. The fuck? And he's like, do. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm talking to somebody. I'm like, what? We're talking and back and forth. And he's like, all right, we're gonna go meet these people at the beach. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. Well, I just making sure that we're all still meeting up tonight. And it was like 11 o'clock at night. And we left the house and went and meet up at this like abandoned fucking house on a beach, where basically it's where it's like where all the gutter punks would hang out, all the street punks, all the metal dudes, whatever. Any time of the day, you can just, if you couldn't find anybody walking around, you just go over there and you'll run into somebody at that abandoned place that you would know. It was kind of fucking, now that I think about it, it's like, man, it was kind of like shit you see in the movies, where all the fucking people shooting up and shit were at and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But that's where we went. And we went and met these people, fucking sat there, fucking passing around a fucking 40 ounce between like 8 people, sipping on a 40 ounce, smoking fucking Newport cigarettes and shit on the beach. But what I was getting at was we did that through a bulletin board on the fucking computer in like 91. And I had no idea what the fuck the internet was.
I used to run bulletin boards, right?
No, I think I did.
I'll even show you my freshman yearbook. They had a fucking page in the fucking freshman yearbooks like Robb Fladry or Robert Fladry runs a bulletin board service. And I met a shit ton of people, like all walks of life, like of ages, demographics. It was awesome. It was like decentralized. It was great. It's what the internet should be.
It's kind of like it was kind of like ham radio, but on a
Yeah.
computer. You know.
Yeah, but not Jay Hollick, not to be confused with Jay Hollick, but I have a friend Jay Herrick.
Okay.
That we still like are connected on Facebook and Instagram. He'll pop up every once in a while. I have to tag him and see if he'll listen to this. But we knew each other from bulletin boards, but also real life. Like I was a freshman in high school and he was a senior, and somehow because he moved from California in his senior year, he had to take like a freshman class, something like similar situation to you. You know, you were like you were going to fail out of California high school, but then you got to Clarksville, and like you had everything but needed like some random ass class or something.
Yeah.
He needed some random ass freshman class, and I happened to be in it with him. I don't know what it was. I don't know what. I know we were on the newspaper together and we hung out, and like he was, you know,
you were
my best friend when, he was like my best friend when I was like a freshman and he was a senior, and I thought that was awesome. But then he, went to college, and then, I remember talking to him on the phone like 4 or 5 times when he's at college, and then he got a girlfriend. And then I never talked to him again, which totally makes sense. And now that's like his wife of like 700 years at this point. But
700 is a long time.
Yeah. But you may know his sister, Miranda Herrick. She used to run gallery downtown, Clarksville.
The one that was on Strawberry Alley?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was
I think.
That was the one that ended up being above section 125, right? Upstairs of it.
Yeah, maybe yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. But no, like, the computer world, like after watching Hackers, everybody got into computers. Everybody thought they were a fucking hacker after that movie came out,
I don't know that anybody saw that movie.
I mean, not in Clarksville, because when we went on opening fucking night, there was nobody there at the 9 o'clock showing.
I mean, I've always been into computers.
Yeah, I know. That's and I think my love for computers came from you, because I got my first Mac from you. I always got your hand-me-downs, which they fucking work still, and I didn't care. Didn't you have wasn't one of your AOL names Zero Cool?
No.
I
don't think so. Acid Flux 13.
That's what I was thinking of. Acid Flux 13.
Yeah.
What was the
whatever?
What was your first?
I'm awesome.
What was your first username that you can remember? Your screen name. I'm sorry, on AOL.
Probably Acid Flux 13. I don't know.
I honestly can't think of what my first name was. I remember having.
I had stuff from the BBS days.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was at this point.
I mean, I remember my first one was I had Little Pappy 415, and I had that forever. And then I had Dirty Mexican 415, and I had that forever. And then I switched it up to X Now Watch Him Die X.
I don't believe I ever had the X's. Somebody could probably prove me wrong, but I don't think I ever had that.
And then I switched to Russ Attitude.
I think at one point I decided that I wanted to brand myself because I realized that there's never going to be another Robb Fladry. Even at that point, like 18-year-old Robb was like, you know what? Let me just start using Robb Fladry. I'm guaranteed that I'll always get it.
Yeah. I mean, you've had it forever.
I know. Well, I started giving it up, like as far as a screen name. I don't know if you noticed that. I started stop using my name. That's why it's like what, Drake's face tattoo, which is ridiculous.
That it's even available.
You would think his
because
that
that broad that got Drake tattooed on her face years ago in fucking
we can't say broad, Russ.
The varsity font on her forehead.
Oh, nice. I don't know what you're talking about. That's
bro.
Hilarious.
Look it up. You'll find it. It's going to be hilarious. Yes. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, now I have Drake's face tattoo on here, and I think on TikTok, and maybe on YouTube as well.
Yeah. It's funny. I just mentioned off all those screen names. I just was looking for something the other day, and I found a bunch of like movie ideas I had written down and some song stuff and whatever over the years. I found a paper that had every one of my screen names on it. So I have a lot more than what I just mentioned now. And I guarantee you my very first one's probably on there. Why I have a list of them, maybe one day I was just trying to remember them or something to see if I could still log into them or something. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that what I had when I was like in middle school and late
But yeah,
late
but
elementary school, 5th grade, maybe I started getting really into computers.
when you were in elementary school, did you guys have apples?
Yeah, I'm an Apple dude.
Well, no. I'm talking about in school, like
Yeah,
the school system.
yeah.
Okay.
The Apple IIe is what we
Yep.
had in elementary school.
The color ones. I used to play this Mickey Mouse game with mine.
Ours weren't color.
We had the color one because California, this school systems had them all. But
Well,
and
I think that's because there's a giant tax break for Apple Computer who was in California to probably.
Well, each school.
I just want to point out that when people say, "Oh, California, we got
no, I'm just
like,
saying,
no, bitch, it's because that shit was made there.
No, I'm
and
just
Apple's
saying,
trying to save some money. Don't think that they love education. They love education just as much as the next guy, but they also love money.
But it's crazy to see how big this school was and how many students.
Hot take, Russ.
No, but how many kids were in this elementary school and they had one computer in the library for us to use, and you would have to sign up, and you had like a calendar, and you would sign up on what times that you were available, and you could sign up before school, but so like from 6:30 to 8. You could sign up for 30-minute increments, and after school from like 3 till 6 you can sign up, right? And if you were good you can go during class. But we would sit there and play this Mickey Mouse space game where it was Mickey Mouse and Pluto, and they go in this like fucking spaceship. You get inside the spaceship and it stops you. You got to pull the floppy disk out, turn it over, put it back in, shut it down, and then the game keeps going. And then then once they get to the planet of Pluto, you take out another disc, put the new one in, stop it. Yeah, and it was like a 6-game disc. But I remember taking the disc out, flipping them over, kind of like a laser disc,
Yeah, it was a 5 1/4, man.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
the floppy was 5 1/4.
How much shit? A lot of shit was on it though back in the day for that kind of stuff.
256 kilobytes.
That was a lot of shit. There's a video out there right now that's going around of Tony Hawk's computer system in like 1989.
Somebody's going to fact check me. Hold on. Someone's going to fact check me, especially if I'm like tagging Jay. I'm going to say 512. I'm taking it back. Well, you said that when you said the flip over, that's why I said 256. But I'm going to go 512 on the floppy, and then when it went to the 3.5 was that 1.44 megabytes. That's where my answer is at this point today, right now.
The 3.5 were the little plastic ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I still had to use those in college.
I mean, shit.
Which I had to regress. Let me just go ahead and say, like, I went back to college when I went to Austin P. Like, I had gone to MTSU, and then I went to college in New Jersey, and then, but like when I actually fucking paid attention, or excuse me, when I actually found something or someone, like instructors that gave a shit, like I had like 2 real instructors that actually fucking gave a shit about about anything, that made me like said something that made my head go, oh, okay, this person gives a shit about something. And that was Jimmy Tillison, who was like my 2D art professor. Like
Okay.
it's like that's like the intro art class that you take if like you're an art major or graphic design major or anything like that. Like that's the class they throw you into. It's like learning how to draw lines and shapes. I mean, really, like cool, and using some materials or whatever. But then like Greg Schlanger, who you've heard me talk about,
Yeah.
Schlanger before. I don't even know what class I had him for at this point, but like he just kind of changed my whole framework of like what I wanted to kind of do in my life, I think. But you know, he taught me a lot, and I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, but that was like paying attention or going to school and actually paying attention because someone gave a shit, and that's when I cared to go to school, because high school or other colleges didn't make sense. And yes, I have no idea where I even got there, and you forgot to, so it doesn't matter.
I was like, well, I mean, we got all the way to this from talking about
Back to the Future.
Yep, I was about to say Back to the Future. Or I was gonna say Silver Spoons, but anyway, yeah. Anywho, that was good times. But yeah, the old computer days, so they're fun. And then, when you learned to type, did you learn how to type on a typewriter or did you learn how to type on a computer?
Typewriter. I took typing in 9th grade as a class. But here's the fucked up part. Freshman year, Robb starts high school in a goddamn cast because he fucking broke his arm.
Doing what?
His left arm on a 4-wheeler.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but it's not like cool 4-wheeler. Like I flipped the 4-wheeler and it came over me. No, dude, I hit like a little ravine, like water drainage,
Okay.
just little one, and my arm popped up, and I've always worn a watch. Fucking hit me right here. You can see I can't grow that much hair right there. I think I have some like scar tissue action going on. So because I had a little cut. Doop.
Yeah,
little blood.
I got one of those right here.
Broke my arm in like 7 fucking places from doing that. My dad always said I was hard-headed, and there's proof.
Well, that isn't as cool as I thought it would be. Never mind. Yeah, that was lame how you broke it. I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I was walking, I tripped on the curb and fucking broke my arm.
No, but I had to take typing, so it was a year-long class. You know how some of them were just like the first half of the year and second half or semester or whatever. I don't know what they called them in high school. But
I think they're called periods. First period, second period, third period.
No. I'm talking about like if you took it from August to December, and then from January to
they were
some classes you only took for like one.
Yeah.
And some you took the whole year, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I know you're talking about.
But it was like a 2-semester one. So like the first half, I started it with in the cast, couldn't fucking type. Like I tried, and I think maybe like week 2 or something, they cut it from the long cast to like this part, but I still had that on until like mid-October.
And was that before fiberglass casts?
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
I think they still had fiberglass. Like that was like starting to come around, because like right around that time I saw the first person with like a neon pink one. I was like, what? But of course, I also went to a military hospital.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you ever heard this story. When I broke my arm, my parents were actually in Atlanta. There's like a big road race, like Peachtree 5K, 10K, 20K. I don't know. Like, because my mom and dad, they ran a lot. Not from the law or anything. But they were down there. So I was staying with my grandparents. So I was at my aunt and uncle's, which actually my great aunt and great uncle, who lived in Cumberland City.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they like retired there. Like they lived in California. Actually, your San Francisco, your area. He was a Navy guy.
Okay.
Or maybe he was Air Force. He may have been Air Force and my other uncle's Navy, or I all screwed up and I don't know. But he was my great uncle. Anyway, they retired down there. And when I think of a perfect house, it's their house. And they're like, it was a compound. You know, they had big property, and then they had like, he had a workshop and another thing, blah, 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 blah. It's what like my ideal area is. But he had a four-wheeler. I was riding the four-wheeler all day, like four-wheeler all day, fireworks all night. Woo! 14-year-old Robb, this is the greatest day ever. Right?
That's
Parents out
like
of town, like, but man, I like hit a bump. I was like, oh, cool, blood. Yeah. Go and like tell my like at that, like I just was trying to ride and I was like, I'm gonna vomit. I just was in so much shock. I don't think I was in pain as much as I was just like in shock at that point. And just like sick to my stomach. So I'm just like, something's not right. And they're like, okay, let's go to the hospital. Cumberland City, drive back to Riverside, basically. What is that? 30 minutes, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to go to Fort Campbell. So what, 20 minutes?
Damn. So damn near an hour you're going.
So we get there. I am like, I don't think I had taken anything at this point, like Tylenol or nothing. I don't think.
And the adrenaline is already wearing off.
Yeah. Like my grandma always said that I was like the white as your hat, by this point. We get there, go in, they don't have a gate pass either. So like we had to go get the visitor's pass to go to the hospital, go in to the emergency room, check in. Then they call us and they're like, do you have the power of attorney? And
oh shit.
My grandma's like, what? Look, that's the first time she'd ever even heard that word. Same time as me. I never heard the words power of attorney. It sounded like a Megadeth song. I just want to point that out. But yeah, didn't have that. And they were just like, this is literally what I heard them say. And my grandparents told my parents, it's like, we would normally not help you, except we saw his father's rank and his unit. And so that was the first time I was like, oh shit, it pays to discover.
Gotcha.
Like it pays to like my dad is somebody. That's the first time that has ever dawned on me. Because otherwise, what the fuck was I going to do? I mean, I guess I'd go to like the civilian hospital and hopefully someone would pay for it. I don't know how that works. But yeah, and it was broken like in like 7 places, and they had that fucking huge ass cast. And then my parents came home the next day, and this is before cell phones, so there's like, ta-da!
Hey, Mom, look at that. I knock on wood, I've never had a broken bone, but I've had sprains and that's about it. Maybe a fracture, but no, fracture would be a cast. So I just had sprains because from skateboarding and shit, all the injuries from skating.
Yeah, well, like I broke that, and then I think I broke like a toe, like a pinky toe once or twice.
Yeah.
Like, but it was just black and didn't do anything about it. And then this year, I broke my hand. Or the end of last year, I broke my hand. It still hurts.
I remember that.
My fault. And then I broke my kneecap.
I'm about to say, then you got your fucking kneecap. And I'm like, oh, no, there's no way of breaking your kneecap. You can't break your kneecap. You come back and you're like, yeah, I broke my kneecap. They sell.
Yeah, and so we're at the emergency room, or like, yeah, no, it is emergency room at that point, I guess. I whatever it was,
But you were in a whole
or
leg brace,
urgent
right?
care. Yeah, so like it happened, and my fucking leg is hurting, and then the next day I was just like, it's still fucking hurting. I was like, I've got to go to the fucking hospital. Like,
But how did you do this, Rob?
how did I do it?
Yeah.
You know, right? Like, I don't
Yeah,
have a
I
problem
know.
saying it.
Yeah.
Um, I was downstairs in my studio, and the phone rang, and I was carrying like a little case, like a mic case or something. And the phone rang, so I go to answer the phone, and it's my buddy from work, and I'm talking to him, and I've lost some weight. I At this point, like now, I've lost
Oh,
like 65 pounds, but I'd lost 40 pounds at that point, and not intentional, like maybe riding a wave of unintentionality,
yeah.
if that makes any sense. um like I'll eat healthy because I'm losing weight, but I'm losing weight because I'm stressed out, kind of situation. um but my pants fell down, literally, like my fucking jeans just fell down, and I tripped and landed on fucking tile floor.
Yeah. That would do it to you.
And I got up. Regan, shout out Regan. He had no idea that I even fell. Pulled my fucking pants up, talked to him for like 10 minutes, went upstairs. I'm like, I fell. Something's just not right. But went on about my day, complained a little bit, like to Shelly, but not complain enough to like do anything about it. The next day I was like, I I think it's swollen. And Shelly looks at it. She's like, yeah, it's swollen. Like, let's go. I was like, okay. Cause like I didn't think too much of it. I was just like, okay,
No,
it hurts. Yeah.
that
Kneecap
sucks.
was like broken. Like I got like x-ray from like when it was back over here, and then move in closer and closer. And then I never went and got like the final. I was like, it's good enough at this point. It's
You're
not like
rocking.
I'm not a professional bowler.
Yeah,
Amateur. I'm amateur.
on a professional level.
What's your average, do you know?
I haven't bowled since it's been a minute, but I would at the time that I was bowling, it wasn't anything special. But I think my average is probably like a 180, 185.
Your average?
Uh huh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's like a 145.
But I don't know why I I bowl better in the early day than I do at nighttime.
Hmm. Well, my third game is always my best game.
I think because you're warmed up by that point. You know, I mean that's how you're when I would bowl in leagues. At the third game, you're always like, "Fuck yeah!" That's for me. But then there's some people that are just like, "Pfft." And I bowl better when I have my glasses off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Since I've lost weight, I guess my head is shrunk. I
yeah,
if Does that make sense? I guess.
no,
I don't
I
know.
mean, yeah,
I'm only wearing hats that have like pop, pop, pop in the back, the snap back on my
yeah.
trucker hats. So
I
I'm not getting the fitteds.
um,
But my
I
glasses fall off all the time now.
well, you gotta get the cool. Well, you did have the chain, didn't you?
I have tons of them, but then like I kind of stopped wearing them, and then I put them on, and then like it gets caught up when I like try to take them off at night or
Yeah,
something, and then I never had chains. It's like the nylon things,
yeah.
which I wore them for like 2 years straight. People just stared at me.
They work. I mean, that's what they're there for. They're there for your fucking glasses don't fall. Um, I mean, I'd rock them, but I don't really wear my glasses as often as I should. But I have some. I got
Once I got these like the bifocal things, whatever that's called.
transition. No, not transition. Progressive lenses.
Yeah.
What they're called. Yeah.
Game
It
changer.
took me a while.
This is
Like
how you know that these are old people on this podcast.
no, I mean I know fucking people in their 20s that got them. You know. I mean the only reason why I got them so I don't have to take my fucking glasses off to look at my phone because I can't. I'm nearsighted.
So
So
it's like
wait, no.
your transition part is just like regular clear.
So I can look down and see my phone. Yeah.
Because mine are like straight up like bifocals, bro. Like
I don't know. I'll have to check them out again. But they don't look different. I mean, or maybe he did when he just checking my eyes. He did all the eye things. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I had some fucked up. I don't fucking know what he did. But my old pair
backtracking on his eyes. He's like, I got perfect vision.
Oh hell no, I ain't got perfect vision. I ain't got perfect vision. I can't see far away. But the glasses that I had last year, when I put them on, I couldn't read a book. I had to take them off to read a book.
Russ, it has nothing to do with your glasses. It's just you don't know how to read.
No. But no, for real though. Like I can see I can read this monitor right now, but if I put my glasses on, everything's blurry.
See, I used to have like just my regular glasses, and then if I wanted to set on a computer or I had to put the readers on.
Yeah.
And that worked for a while, but then my eyes just started getting worse and worse, and I was just like, okay. Well, then I decided to get these things, and man, I think this is my second. This is my second set with the progressives.
Yeah. Well, my prescription didn't really change much from 1997 because I was using those glasses to watch TV, but they were just all bent out of shape. And I was like, you know what? I got the insurance to get them. So when I got my new ones, I put those on and then I put my new ones on. And I was like, there was not much of a difference from my eyes at all, which is crazy because I was always like, I never wanted glasses in the first place. Now I don't give a fuck. But anywho, well, Rob, I think we're done for the day.
I think we've done our duty.
Mm-hmm. Our civic duty, is that what you say? Is that what it's called?
Like shaking hands and kissing babies.
You don't do that. Well, I mean,
you don't shake babies and kiss hands.
I mean, I've shaken. Oh no, that's what the sign in the doctor's office. Never shake a baby. But what if you're playing with them? You're like, oh,
man, I don't know. That shit scares me.
Don't shake a baby, but you could throw them up in the air.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. I look at Kobe over there. That's the closest thing I'm ever gonna have to a baby.
Yeah,
I'll shake her.
But yeah, but you get you play with her too much. She's like, God, and she'll just walk away.
It's true. Yeah, she's smarter than a baby. Is what you're telling me. She's self-aware. She knows words.
Well, I just think because obviously they just learn to respond to those words because they.
Are we talking about baby? Are we talking about babies? Or are we talking about my dog?
Both. Both.
Oh yeah, no, they don't know. They don't know words.
I'm gonna start.
Can respond to one thing that
you get a kid. You get a kid, and you start just calling something the wrong thing the whole time until they go to school, and they're calling it that, saying that they're like, "What are you talking about? That's a crown." No, it's not a crown. That's a car. That's anyway.
Dude, no, you can't say shit like that because I know people that use the wrong words for things, and you call them out, and they're like, "No, my mom said that's what that's called." I'm like, well, your mom's wrong.
Yeah. No, Colonel Sanders.
It's like, look, you're wrong. It's like, what do you? How do you want me to prove it to you? You can't prove it to me. My mom's right. I'm like, okay.
Mom's always right.
I'm not gonna argue, and that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna argue. Like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, does it really matter? No.
No, but give me your mom's number because I'm gonna call her and I'm gonna tell you your mom's wrong. It's all right.
I hit her up on Facebook because moms and me, we're on Facebook. I said, hey, you told your child
Jonathan
that X, Y, and Z is how this is made.
I have a question.
Yeah, go.
Who put the alphabet in order?
I never, no idea. And that's something that I thought of recently. I'm like, okay, we learn about the alphabet. It's like the very first thing we learn, right?
Yeah, and but it goes so well with the song.
Yeah, LMNOP, man.
I mean, I said today, I was like, who put the alphabet in order? Because I mean,
it's probably very simple. There was a commission, there was a group to adopt because it's the English language.
No. You cannot put the G next to the A. You have to put that down. Yeah, no.
And it's adopted from something, so you know.
And there's only 26 letters.
And I don't want to see. I probably just took the fun out of that. My wife Shelly tells me all the time, "Well, you just took the fun out of that."
No.
Like what? I was actually thought. She's like, I didn't really want to know. I'm like, all right, we need flashcards. If you want to know,
yeah.
Have
you guys ever done the whole thing where you pick one and pick the other, then what you pick this, like, all right, where are we gonna eat at? You gotta pick these two cards, and then you pick one up. It's like, fuck.
No, we bought.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know there's different things. We have like a bunch of like weird flashcard games and you know, like break this box if you need to figure out something to do this weekend kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like, or cards that we can serve on each other.
Ooh.
Like start at the beginning of the year, you get these 12 cards, I get the identical 12 cards. Like you can throw down the I'm not going to that, you know, company dinner.
Yeah.
Except that like for both of us, it's like I'm not going to that.
Well, you guys have a company dinner. You guys do your company dinner by yourself anyway. You got your own company dinner.
At this point, yes. Now, currently, business cash right here, buddy.
I mean, it should always be business cash. I dress to impress, but I dress like it every day. No, I'm kidding. All right, Robert.
All right, we'll see everybody next week.
Peace
same
out.
bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
I guess that's a saying. All right, later.